Kyodo News English World。
皆さんこんにちは。こちらは共同通信英文記者のポッドキャストです。英文記者は国内外で起きている出来事について取材してオリジナルの英文記事を発信したり、日本語のニュースを英語に翻訳したりしています。共同通信の映画の記事テーマにいろんな国から集まる仲間たちと英語と日本語を交えていろいろディスカッションしていけたらと思ってます。今日は3人の記者でお届けします。Hi there, my name is Peter Mashton. I'm a staff writer at Kyodo News. I've worked here for about 3 years now.
Hi there, everybody. My name is Eduardo Martinez. I'm also a staff writer here at Kyodo News. I've also been here for over 3 years now, and I'm originally from Brisbane, Australia. It's nice to meet you all.
富永です、皆さんと同じ英文記者をやっていますけれども、今どれぐらいここにいるかちょっと忘れるぐらい長くいますね。
Thank you very much. Well, today on the podcast, we're going to talk about a local story that gripped Japan earlier in the year and raised wider questions about the country's aging infrastructure. But first, let's hear the headline on an early version of the story, available to read on Kyodo News Plus. Ed, could you read the headline, please?
Sure. Large sinkhole swallows truck near Tokyo. Man trapped.
Thank you very much, Ed. Could you read the first 3 paragraphs of the story for us?
Sure. A large sinkhole swallowed a truck on January 28th after appearing at an intersection near Tokyo, with local authorities working around the clock to rescue a man trapped believed to be the driver. By early January 29, the cargo bed of the truck had been recovered from the opening, which measured 10 meters across and 6 meters in depth, in Yashio, Saitama Prefecture. But the fate of the driver remained unknown, according to local fire authorities. The city office and police urged nearby residents to evacuate as another part of the road above an underground gas pipe had started to cave in near the intersection, making a 3-meter wide dent. A tall restaurant sign near the sinkhole fell over during the rescue work.
Thank you very much, Ed. Well, it feels like quite a long time now, but some listeners may recall the original news story about the sinkhole which emerged in a city just outside Tokyo. It's about over a month ago now as the time of recording. Before we proceed, I want to note that the driver still has not been found, and the efforts to locate him are ongoing. We hope he can be found soon. Now, the first story was quite a long time ago, and we would normally expect something like this to have finished quite quickly, but that wasn't the case here. So first, to find out how it developed, I want to ask Ed, what did happen from there?
Yeah, so the sinkhole gradually expanded about 40 meters wide and 15 meters deep. So compared to those first reports, when it was 10 meters wide and 6 meters deep, so we can see that it expanded quite a lot over the next period of over the next few days after it first appeared. There were briefly 2 holes, which then ended up caving in together to form a larger one. And part of the truck was successfully removed from the hole, but not the part of the truck where the passenger seat was located. So in order to try and find the driver, firefighters excavated 2 slopes, and what appears to be the driver's cabin is in a wastewater pipe around 30 meters from the scene. It is believed he could still be there.
I hear they're going to use like a bypass tunnel to get in there. Do you know how long that's going to take for them to possibly find this?
Yeah, so it may take around 3 months to retrieve the cabin. People living in 12 municipalities were asked by the Saitama prefectural government to refrain from using water facilities.
So it had a big effect outside of just the Yashio area itself.
Yes, because this was located near some water piping. Using water could potentially divert water into the sinkhole and further complicate the issue. So it has affected quite a lot of people living in that area. Also, residents in the area were asked to evacuate because work to stabilize the ground was still ongoing. So it's still an active sort of risk for people there.
So is this going to cost quite a lot of money then? This seems like quite a big deal.
The Saitama prefectural government has earmarked 4 billion yen, or nearly $27 million, in a supplementary budget for fiscal 2024 to pay for the recovery-related costs.
It's a lot of money.
Yes, it definitely is.
Do we know what caused this?
Yeah, so a wastewater pipe around 10 meters below the surface, which is apparently deeper than they are usually laid, caved in and soil started to seep into that pipe. So that basically created a vacuum that eventually collapsed.
So Tominaga-san, although we're talking about a sinkhole, it had a wider effect in the rest of Japan, right? Can you tell me a bit about that?
そうですね。これは埼玉県にとどまらず、日本の老朽化しているパイプとかこういうインフラストラクチャーの、問題について多分いろんな皆さんに考える機会を与えてるんじゃないかなと思いますけれども。
Because a lot of pipes, they're from the post-war economic miracle period, right?
そうですね。他のこういった陥没した穴が静岡県とか、愛知県の名古屋とか、そういうところにもできて一応広く人々の注目を集めてる感じですかね。
いつもより以上にね。
そうね。それで 7% ぐらいの下水管が、50年以上経ってると埋設されてから、でそれが2022年度時点ですかね。でそれがその割合が、2042年度には 40% まで上がるということみたいですね。
So this is an issue which is going to continue to be in focus or something. This is something like literally an underground problem.
そうですね。これで終わりというわけではないですね。
There's a potential for more sinkholes to appear as well in the future then, I guess.
Yes. Tominaga-san, what is the government going to do about this? Have there been any responses to this?
そうですね。政府は今衛星使ったりAI を使ったりして、このパイプの状態を、地中にあるパイプの状態を調べようとしているということみたいです。
Right, so that's their plan because there aren't as many people who can check these because there's a shortage of labor in this country.
石橋省は3年ぐらいで何らかの全国規模のシステムというかそういうものを用意したいということみたいですね。
Okay. Is that going to be easy?
いやこれがですね、一応その下水管に関しては、49万キロにわたって伸びてるということらしいので、これは地球12周分らしいんですけどなのでなかなかチャレンジングな問題だとは思いますね。
Speaking about the world in general, this isn't a Japan-specific issue, right? I mean, Ed, in your home country of Australia, is there much focus on this kind of thing?
You know what? Not to my knowledge, to be honest. But I just think, in general, Australia's infrastructure is a little bit newer. We also have, I guess, there's a lot of things. We have smaller cities. They're far more spread out. And we also don't have these issues, sort of like frequent earthquakes and things that could destabilize the earth. But it appears that in places like in your home country, Peter,
yes,
there have been sinkholes reported.
Yes, there have in Britain. Yes. I think some of the reasons given for this climate change, drier soil, but also as with Japan, the infrastructure is very old, and so a lot of these developed countries, which were once great powers or great economic powers, are gradually falling down the global rankings. And one of the things they can't afford to replace so easily is quite dull infrastructure like this. Tominaga-san, when you saw this story for the first time, did it make you think anything about Japan in particular or Japan today?
どうだろう。
Were you surprised when you first heard the story about the sinkhole forming?
そうね。ただなんか数年前にもなんか福岡とかああいうところでなんかあったような気がして、あとなんか海外アメリカとか他のところではちょっと数年前ぐらいからあった話ではあったので、ただなんか行方不明になった人がなかなか見つからなくて、あれがあんなになんていうの難航して大変な作業だっていうのはちょっと全然最初聞いた時は思ってなかったですね。
Alright then. じゃあそろそろ終わりの時間が来ました。 共同通信では共同ニュースプラスというサイトで日本や世界で起きた出来事について英語のニュースを発信しています。今日ご紹介した記事も掲載されてますので、ぜひチェックしてみてください。それでは皆さん
See you next time.